Recently, trans activist Dylan Mulvaney seems to have been securing a new brand deal from a multi-billion-dollar company every other day. Nike and Budweiser have been two of these companies. So what has this person done to achieve these lucrative deals? Well, he's just a man who pretends to be a girl.
This month I celebrated my day 365 of womanhood, and Bud Light sent me possibly the best gift ever, a can with my face on it. Check out my Instagram story to see how you can enjoy March Madness with Bud Light and maybe win some money too.
This has led to a huge backlash online, particularly with the Bud Light ad, with many people on Twitter even calling for a boycott of the company. This liquor store owner even said she would be pulling Bud Light from her shelves. Now, this move has led many people to question why Budweiser would choose to sponsor Mulvaney when the backlash will seemingly have a negative effect on the company's sales. But here's the thing, they don't care about that. The real reason for why companies run woke ads has nothing to do with sales, but concerns something called an ESG score. ESG stands for Environmental, Social and Governance, and there are companies which use algorithms to determine the ESG score of each company. The social component of this clearly includes the promotion of woke culture.
Yeah. So ESG, and this is now something that if you want to invest in a company, they will, on their investor relations page, they'll show you their ESG score. ESG stands for Environmental, Social, Corporate Governance. And this is where the woke culture comes from. So they've created this kind of phony baloney rating system that says, well, if you, I'm exaggerating, but if you mention that you are, have a green agenda and you believe in carbon credits and you might trade some credits somewhere, then you get a higher score and therefore you're more investable. And it's very interesting to see how big investors like insurance company, institutional investors, they are steering away from anything that does not have the right ESG rating. And so in order to have investors continue to be interested in the stock, which is important for the company, for its perception, certainly for the officers of the company and the shareholders, you have to move this along continuously. And so it's very simple to see why doing a woke ad as Nike or as any other company, and Pride Month is fantastic because Pride is easy. Throw up some flags, show the right people, trans, whatever, and you got a high ESG score.
Institutional investors, such as pension and mutual funds, are more likely to invest in companies which have more favorable ESG scores. Here's Dodge & Cox, the biggest institutional investor in Budweiser, with a page on how important ESG is to them. Clearly, Budweiser doesn't actually care about so-called trans issues and are just hungry for more investment. ESG scores have been heavily criticized by Republicans for promoting what they call woke capitalism, and with woke culture worsening at an exponential rate, it seems like it won't be long before all adverts feature at least one drag queen. Here's a question though. Why do these institutions place so much emphasis on ESG scores? The idea that companies like BlackRock simply care deeply for the trans community is laughable, and the conspiracy theorist in me thinks that this is all just part of an agenda to promote degeneracy and the breakdown of traditional values in the West. Let me know what you all think below.